I'm Elliot Kleinberg, and this is Something Went Horribly Wrong, a blog about better writing. Segment 93, Tropes. Movies are full of what are called tropes. The late great film critic Roger Ebert saw so many in his career that he assembled them in a book. The screenwriters are writing visual cliches. Still cliches. We have said many times that relying on cliches is one of the most profound forms of lazy writing. Also, cowardly writing. Here are some tropes you will recognize right away. An ugly duckling girl becomes beautiful simply by removing her glasses and applying a little makeup. On prom night, her beau will stare, jaw agape, as that former ugly duckling glides down a stair, now looking like a movie star. What if you don't have a second floor? Next one. A student gets on a bus at the last minute. A businessman jumps onto the back of a ferry as it's pulling away. Nobody gets hurt. Next one. There's always a parking space on the street, right out front, even in places such as Manhattan. Next one. Somehow, despite being blanketed by gunfire from numerous shooters, the hero is unharmed. He then fires wildly while falling and somehow kills every bad guy with a single shot. See Star Wars. Next one. A man is bonked on the head. He instantly falls unconscious. He comes to a short time later, rubbing the bump on his head, but quickly has recovered and is clear-headed enough to identify the killer. We covered this in a 2021 segment. A single blow would not be enough to cause unconsciousness, or if it was, the person would not come to and quickly recover, but rather would be in the hospital with a skull fracture or other head injury. The person likely still would be unconscious. He possibly would be dead. Next trope. A woman will, out of nowhere, need to run to the toilet where she vomits within seconds. This means she is pregnant. Many women will tell you that during their pregnancy, they didn't vomit even once. Next trope. A homemaker runs to the phone after it has run several times. She never is there on the first ring. She always is walking in from the grocery store, and while few stores still use paper bags, that's what she has. Sticking out, a bunch of carrots, greens still on top, and often a French bread unwrapped. Next, people will drive for several minutes while looking at the front seat or back seat passengers, not the road. Nothing will happen. Next one, dad and kids come down to a breakfast table groaning with eggs, juice, coffee, cereal, and pastries. All of them will shout, "Sorry, I'm late," then grab something to go and take one swig of coffee before dashing out. The wife apparently doesn't work and doesn't mind getting up early to make a giant breakfast that no one eats. Next one. Someone will run in and say, "Turn on the TV." The TV announcer will then give the news from the beginning. If that first person just heard it in the other room, by the time the second person turns it on, the announcer would be well into the body of the news story, or done. Also, the first person never says what channel to turn on. Next, out of nowhere comes a bolt of lightning and simultaneous clap of thunder, followed by an instant downpour. Now, this is meteorologically possible, but not a fraction as common as the movies would have you believe. Next, in a scene showing a couple just having had sex, the man has the sheet down to his waist, exposing his chest, while the woman has the same magic bed sheet up around her shoulders. When the two step out of bed, they inexplicably are wearing underwear. Next, people have mid-level jobs but can afford to live in an elegant apartment or home. Next, a person goes into a bar and orders beer or whiskey or scotch, but never says what kind. Next, a man says to someone, "Dinner tonight?" He leaves without either person discussing when or where. Sometimes they've just met, but neither asks the other person's address or phone number. Readers, you must have tropes of your own. Send them in. Next time, you still aren't tightening that writing. Get to it. I'm Elliot Kleinberg. Visit www.ekfla.com. That's ekfla.com.